All right, let's get into this. What's happening, everyone? This is David. And if you're on this webinar and you can hear me and see me, let's first of all start off by confirming that. So somewhere on this page, there should be like a chat box. Go ahead and type in the number 1 there. And what I got for you today is so exciting that I pretty much guarantee you won't be able to barely sleep tonight after you watch this. So while you guys do that, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the slides. And let's get some confirmations. There's a lot of people that I see on the call right now. Let's get a few confirmations that you guys can hear me and see me, and let's dive right into this. Meanwhile, I'll switch over to the slides over here. There we go. All right, so what we're here to talk about today is how to generate completely passive, hands-free income on a daily basis. And I see a bunch of people already typing in the number 1, so that's good, guys. No need for any more ones. We're good there. So what we're here to talk about today is a major topic, which is passive income. And I mean long-term sustainable profits without lifting a finger. And by far, I can tell you that this is the easiest money-making method I have ever shared. And in fact, I am so excited to share this with you that, again, as I mentioned, you probably won't even be able to sleep tonight. So before we get started, obviously my lawyer insists that I share with you that, look, my results and the results of the members that you're about to see are not a guarantee that you will earn the same exact amount or pretty much any amount at all. You can earn more, you could earn less, you could earn nothing at all. It's just to show you what's possible. So now that we kind of got that out of the way, let's kind of dive into it. So I want to start off this webinar by asking you a question. And that question, I want you to kind of think about it as we go through this. Is it possible that you could make one move, just one move, and you could be set for passive hands-free income for the rest of your life? And I know that this is a kind of a big question, and a lot of people kind of already know the answer to that. But this is what I want you to think about as we're kind of going through this. Is it possible to just do one thing, just one move? You make one move today and you basically set yourself up for passive income for the rest of your life. Because recently what happened was I had a really eye-opening experience. What happened was that I realized that after 6 long years of total immersion in the online market space that we're in, that my skill set that I've developed over the years, it goes pretty far, but it doesn't go as far as I thought it did. And here's what I mean by that. I mean, I'm able to do some pretty amazing things according to a lot of people's standards. Like, here's a month where I made over $170,000. And I'm able to get sales pretty much all day long. As far as, running a business, it's kind of a second nature to me. I'm able to hit 6-figure months, like, no problem. Here's a month where I made 122,000, 152,000, 202,000, like multiple 6 figures a year. And I've been able to help countless other people also make money as a result of my skill set by letting them use my systems, my processes, and the proven methods that I've developed over the years. As an example, here's one member by the name of Jennifer that in 2 months, by leveraging my systems, my processes, my funnels, and everything, was able to do over $146,000 in 2 months. Okay. Here's another member, Jeff. He's routinely able to do $2,000 to $4,000 a day. And as you can see here, P.S., I just crossed another month of 6 figures in profits. We're talking about 6-figure months in profits. Now, in addition to that, here's Tony, made $82,000 leveraging my systems. Here's Marinda, $500 on autopilot. Here's Zen, first $2,000 commission. Thank you, David. Great funnel, great system, great webinar. I love this. So, and as happy as I am about being able to hit, colossal kind of months myself, 6-figure months and even multiple 6-figure months, after all these years, I realized that I am actually still working. I mean, yes, it's produces a lot of money and stuff, but it's still like there's got to be some work done to be able to do that. So, and again, I'm not complaining. I mean, I've been able to take vacations where a Stingray Corvette was waiting for me at the airport in LA. I took my daughter to Disneyland. We had such a good time on that trip. I recently took my my mom and my daughter also to a Mexico vacation where I surprised them with like a full hot stone massage for like a couple hours. And, you know, it was just good times. I've been able to buy myself a brand new home. I've been able to take multiple vacations a year, upgraded my car to a Lexus. Life is just good. But I realized that, look, I need a way to grow my income in a passive way. In other words, I need a way to let the dollars do the heavy lifting, not my skill set. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys, because that's really what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a completely passive way where you don't even lift a finger and you're able to produce passive income daily. So if you're excited about that, I want you to go ahead and type in the number 3 in the chat box right now as I kind of continue going through the slides. So really what I'm after right now is retirement money. What I'm talking about, and that's really why we're here today, okay? And I found a way to do it, and that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you. That's why I'm so excited about this. And I see a bunch of ones coming in the chat box, so that's cool. I love it that you guys are engaged. What I'm talking about, guys, is 0-hour work days. 0 hour, not 5 minutes, not 20 minutes, not an hour, not 4 hours. 0-hour work days. And that's why I'm so excited to share this with you. Because I realize that, look, it doesn't really matter how much money you make. If you don't have a way to grow it passively, you will always be working. So as an example, with everything that I do, if I didn't find a way to passively earn income, you know, if I stopped making funnels and stopped doing webinars and stopped doing all those things, guess what would happen? You know, obviously my income would start dipping. But when you have a passive way to grow your income, then you let the dollars do the heavy lifting essentially, and you can have 0-hour work days. So on this webinar, what I want to share is 3 main things. First one is when I talk about how to get big passive income, and not only how to get big passive income, but how to get it fast. And I hope that you guys are excited about that. The second thing I'm going to show you is how ordinary folks are actually doubling and even tripling their money right now. This is happening right now. This is not something that's been, you know, had its day 5 years ago or 2 years ago or even 3 months ago. This is happening today, right now. And I'm also going to show you an experiment that I did that got me a 41% return without lifting a finger. Literally, I took $10,000 and I turned that into $14,000, and it took me exactly 31 days to do that, and I didn't lift a finger. Didn't touch anything. I didn't do anything to basically get this return. So that's a 41% return. So now let's get started with the first thing, which is how to get big passive income fast. Now, before we dive into that, I want to tell you about my goal for you today. My goal for you is to give you a simple, proven, and sustainable way so you can start growing passive income without lifting a finger. Even if you're completely clueless about making any kind of money online. Literally, if this is your first day, it doesn't make a difference because this requires 0-hour work days. So you also might be wondering, okay, David, why are you sharing this with me? If this is so good, why let the cat out of the bag? Well, that's a good question. There's actually several reasons. Number one is what I discovered is actually so big. It's so huge that, and there's so much of it available that even if I literally show this to 50,000 people and everyone uses it, every single person of the 50,000 people, it still wouldn't make you even the slightest difference. So number two, if you like what I share with you today, and maybe this is even your first webinar with me, or maybe you've been on one of my webinars before, and if it makes you money and you're happy, you'll be back for more webinars in the future, you'll buy stuff from me, and you'll even give me a testimonial. So basically, we all get to win. So if that's okay with you, I want you to go ahead and type in deal in the chat box right now. I'm going to take a second to take a sip of water here. And I want to see a bunch of deals in the chat box. You know, deal. And I already see them starting to come in. So that's cool. And we'll keep going in a second. All right. All right, cool. I see a bunch of, somebody typed in, heck yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's keep going, guys. So now let's talk about where do you go to get that? Where do you go to get passive income? How do you do it? Okay, and I want to share with you exactly what I've went through over the last several months and what exactly led me to this point. Here's your typical options, okay? Where do you go? You could go to a bank, can't you? You could also potentially buy a real estate property. You could also go to the stock market. That's an option. You could also go to a financial advisor. And you could also trade in Forex. those are really the typical options. This is what most people out there, when they think about passive income, these are the types of things that kind of come to mind. And let's explore these options. Let's actually look at them, okay? So here's a bank. This is actually from a bank, my bank, that I took a screenshot of. What do they pay for like a guaranteed investment, kind of where you deposit the money and basically they guarantee you like a rate of return. So on a 1 year return, cashable GIC, they pay not even 1%, it's 0.10% of 1%, basically like 0.10%. On a 1 year non-redeemable GIC, which means that you can't even take the money out for a year, they'll pay you not even 1%, it's like 0.15%. On a 2 year, they'll pay you, 50, and on a 3 year, they'll pay you 60, like 0.060. So if you look at this and you actually start looking at this, like a 0.20 return on a 1 year or a 0.70 on a 3 year term, if you do the math and you put $10,000 in something like this for a year, after 1 year, you'll extract a total sum of about $10,020. So after 1 year, basically, they'll give you $20 to use $10,000 of your own money. To me, this is like a joke, right? It's like not even funny. Let's look at real estate next. Now, yes, real estate can definitely go up in value, but here's the thing: you're dealing with tenants, which nobody wants to do. I definitely don't want to do that. You're dealing with repairs, you got mortgages, you got endless headaches. The furnace goes out, the AC is broken, there's a leak somewhere, the roof needs to be replaced. It's just a never-ending headache. But yeah, it can make you money. But this is not my idea of passive income. What I'm talking about when passive income is not dealing with tenants and repairs and mortgages and all that. Plus, not to mention that you need a huge kind of a down payment to kind of even get into that market, unless you put all kinds of creative deals together and all that. Let's look at the stock market. Okay, here's another option. Now, here's the thing with the stock market. You got to keep a constant pulse on the market. Other guys, you can get wiped, like if you don't know what's going on with it. And you can't really make big gains unless you hold it for a really, really, really long time. Or if you time the market perfectly, which is really, really hard to do, if even possible, if you're not doing this full time. So again, this doesn't really fit my definition of passive income. Let's look at financial advisors. I mean, bottom line, here's what I found out, okay? And this is kind of a joke. Invest in tennis balls because they have a high rate of bouncing back, like a return. So these are salespeople. Let's just, call it what they are, okay? These are salespeople who are on commission, whose really only incentive is to sell you stuff. They want to sell you on all kinds of bonds and all kinds of investments and all kinds of stuff. And very few of them actually invest in the programs that they advise you to invest in. And most of them are piss broke. I'm serious about this. Like, I drive way nicer car than pretty much any financial advisor I've ever met. And yeah, I'm sure that some of them do very, very well for themselves, but for the most part, they're not very wealthy people, because and I would never like trust my money with someone who's not already doing what is not already where I want to be. So if they're not investing in those things, why the heck should I? Like, why? Because they need to get a commission? That's not how I do business, and neither should you. Now let's look at the Forex market. This is a huge $5.1 trillion daily market. But here's the thing, you got to master patterns, okay? You got to get really, really good with patterns, and you got to time the buys and sells perfectly if you want to make big profits. Otherwise, forget it, and we're talking about hours in front of the computer where you really have to kind of learn how this works and all that kind of stuff. So from what I found, honestly, none of these options were what I wanted. They didn't meet the definition for me for passive income. And especially with things that I don't understand, like stock market and different things like that, to me, it means risk. And I literally hate risk. I don't like risk. So my dream scenario was something like this. And you might look at this and be like, wow, that's kind of what I'm looking for too. But what I'm looking for is big profits fast. And actually, as I'm typing this, as I'm showing you this on the screen, what I want you to do is type in, if this applies to you, if you want something like this too, just type in amen in the chat box. So this way I know everybody's on board. And I realize that there's a bit of a delay from the time I talk until the time that you guys hear me. So that's fine if they start coming in a little bit later. So I want big profits and I want them fast. Okay, I don't want to wait 7 years for my money to get back to me. I want passive profits. Passive, meaning that I don't have to do the work to get the profits. That's what a definition of passive means. I also want daily profits. Not only do I not want to wait for the profits, I want them to come in every day. So every day I'm seeing my money grow and grow and grow. And I'm assuming that that's also what a lot of other people want, especially all of you that are on this webinar right now. I also want it to be completely hands-free daily income, meaning that I don't need to intervene. There's not 15 minutes here and an hour there and 2 hours here and a weekend here and that and all that kind of stuff. I want it to be completely independent of me. Simple, because this is what the definition is of passive income. Now, I also want it to be small out-of-pocket investment, meaning that, you know, if there's an investment that meets basically all of this criteria, but you have to have $17 million to get into it, that doesn't meet my criteria because I don't have $17 million. So it needs to be small enough so I can get into it, at least to test. And then if I like it, then I can kind of go all in. And a lot of you, I'm assuming, are in the same place. And I see a lot of amens coming in. Somebody says amen to all of these. Now also, I want it to be long-term and sustainable. I don't want something that only works this week. I want something that's going to be here for a while, something that's going to be here for the next 5 years, 10 years, however long, you know, something long-term. Also, I want it to be as safe and as secure as possible because, again, I don't like risk, period. Also, I want it to be 100% proven. I don't want this to be some new thing that just somebody discovered and it's a new market and people are kind of still testing it out and all that kind of stuff. I want this to be something proven with a track record that already works. And I just want to plug into something that's already proven that it can actually generate profits. Now also, I don't want anything complicated. And I'm assuming that none of you do either. Because what's the point of adding another, you know, something complicated to your life and then you have to pay attention to it and invest more time into it and learn and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what I'm trying to get away from, right? Like I'm trying to, it's not like I'm going to stop, you know, running my funnels and stuff, but at the same time, I want something that passively grows whatever funds I already have, because that's kind of important to me. Also, I want something super easy, something that's easy to understand, easy to plug into and that kind of thing. And I also want high liquidity. So, which basically means that I can easily take the funds out if and when I need them, which basically means, you know, you're not locked in for like a super long, you know, term or anything like that. Now let's go back to the typical options. Let's look at what we looked at so far. Let's look at the bank, okay? It's ultra safe, ultra safe. I mean, some people, I guess, would argue that, yeah, banks could go bankrupt and all that. But I mean, let's just look at, you know, for the sake of this example, like banks have been around for a long time. I'm not really worried that my neighborhood bank is going to go out, you know, of business tomorrow. So they're super safe, but there's no big profit. That's the problem with them. You can't make big money with a bank. They give you pretty much nothing on your money. Let's look at buying a property, real estate. Well, yeah, it can make you money, but it's not liquid at all. And there's a million headaches that come with it. You know, sure, you could hire a manager, but then you got to deal with the management, which I have plenty of stories that I've heard about bad management companies and all that kind of stuff. Plus, you need a lot of capital to get into it. You know, if you don't want to deal with, you know, all kinds of to go through hoops and big mortgages that you have to qualify for, and it takes like 3 months to even get something started. Now, beyond that, let's look at the stock market. In my opinion, it just takes too much research. It's just too much. You know, I'm not willing to be plugged in that much. So, you know, I learn everything about every company that I invest. And in my opinion, it's just too risky. Like, I don't like not being able to control the money and be dependent on some company that I've, you know, maybe heard of before, but it's run by people that change every few years, and some management decisions could impact my investment to the better, but it could also impact it to the worse, which we've seen plenty of examples of that. Let's look at financial advisors. Bottom line, I just don't trust them because they don't have my best interest at heart. They are commissioned salespeople, and they don't even like some of them don't even invest in what they tell us to invest in. So why would we, you know, trust them? I just don't. Now, forex trading. This one is interesting, but it's really not my definition of passive income, because if you just do forex trading for the sake of doing forex trading and profits, you literally have to be in the front of the computer for 16 hours a day because you really have to pay attention to what's going on. Unless it's automated, you know, since it's the normal way of doing forex trading is not automated, it doesn't fit my definition of passive income. So I did what any sane person would do, which is nothing. That's what I did after I did my research. You see, what I really wanted is to find the me of investing. What I mean by that is this. What I do is I build funnels and high converting affiliate systems, and I let people use them by just plugging in, meaning that I basically do the funnel creation, the emails, the webinars, all that kind of stuff, and I let people plug into that without having to lift a finger. And they obviously have to do a couple of little things here and there, meaning that I roll up my sleeves and I actually do the actual work myself, so my users get paid, my members get paid. Again, the difference is I do not teach, but do what needs to be done, the actual work myself on my users' behalf, so they can benefit from that. Because I've developed the skill over the years of building like really amazing funnels and high converting, webinars and all that kind of stuff. And that's why you saw what you saw earlier, where people were making all kinds of, commissions. It's really the difference between you picking up, let's say you want to get a haircut. It's the difference between you picking up a book about hairstyles and barbering and all that kind of stuff and just going to a barber. That's really the difference between, doing it, trying to do it yourself, or plugging into something that kind of already works. I much rather, when I need a haircut, to just go to the barber, because they know how to do it. They've done it a million times. I don't want to, cut my own hair, basically. So in other words, what I wanted to do is to find someone who's already mastered investing and is already getting big returns themselves, and someone who is willing to roll up their sleeves, just like I do in the affiliate space, and actually do the investing on my behalf. Do you see the difference? And what I mean is not teach me how to invest, because that's different. What I mean is they actually do the investing on my behalf, the actual investing for me, not teach me how to invest. Because again, if you want to learn how to invest, then how's that passive income if you sit in front of the computer for 10 hours a day, or you deal with tenants and all that kind of stuff. Now I know that that's a tall order. That's something that sounds kind of impossible. It's like, well, why would someone who knows how to invest it for you? Well, here's the thing. I actually have a long history of asking for a lot of impossible things and actually getting it. And several months actually went by. And then what happened is I started to see this, actually from on Facebook, out of all places. I started to see posts like these. Here's $46, but notice what the person is saying. $46, I get it, it's not a lot. But here's the thing. He says, $46 today, doing absolutely nothing. Ask me how. And this actually came from someone who I know and trust on Facebook, someone who we've done a lot of business together. Then I started seeing more of these posts. $151 doing absolutely nothing. Ask me how. Beat the banks. There you go, 151 bucks. So this kind of started getting my attention. Then I started seeing $200 days, and then I started seeing more $200 days, and it just kept growing. It didn't stop there. I started seeing $800 weeks. I started seeing $1,500 days. And not myself. This is posts that I see from other people. And here's in 1 month, $6,000, and again, doing nothing. So I'm like, man, how's this possible? One day, $2,300 by not lifting a finger. Like, how is this possible? So I asked him, how is this done? And he said that he's using a software, a special software that was created by someone who's been trading for years, like foreign exchange trading, forex trading. And this is someone who has absolutely mastered forex trading. And now he's leveraging this new technology to help himself and others. So I got really, really curious. I said, bingo, this is actually exactly what I'm looking for. Passive income that's generated by an expert on my behalf. That's exactly what I was looking for, because that's exactly what I do in the affiliate space. So the way to get passive income fast is to leverage someone else who's already an expert. And let me show you what exactly happened when people started actually plugging into this software. And that's what I want to show you, how ordinary people are actually doubling and tripling their money right now, and exactly how they're doing it. So check this out. Here's Rolf that posted this, $39 over here. And look at this. He says, my profits of this week, 8 days in, he literally started in 8 days, already made 15% total profit on what he started with. The initial investment was only $500. Balance to date, $577, meaning he basically in 8 days made $77 on a small $500 balance, and it keeps growing for him. Check this out. Here's another one. Mark, okay? He says first day of the week profits, $71.88. Here's another one. Cheryl, day 10 profits, like literally 10 days in, already making $100 a day. So how does this work, okay? So it's basically foreign exchange. It's when you exchange one currency to another currency. So as an example, if a traveler from the US is going to Europe, obviously he wants to spend some money there, but he can't spend his US dollars. He needs to exchange his US dollars to euros because that's the local currency over there. So this is something that's used by people, it's used by companies, it's used by governments. You know, foreign exchange happens all around us all the time, every day, every single day. Now, it's a $5.1 trillion per day industry, and the profits happen when you buy one currency while at the same time you sell another currency for the right, at the right time for the right price. That's basically where the profits happen. So if you look here, as an example, this is like a we buy for this amount and we sell for this amount. So if they literally just traded this, buy for this, sell for this, it's the classic buy low, sell high. But there's also exchanging this to this currency and exchanging this currency to this currency. And as long as you do it, at the right time, you can be in pretty serious profits. So now what does it really take to win in the Forex game? Okay, it takes a lot of pattern recognition, okay? It takes knowing the perfect time to buy and sell. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it very far in this kind of trading. And you need to do this basically without letting the emotions get in the way. Now, I know that a lot of you right now are looking at this saying, well, I don't know patterns. I don't know when the perfect time is to buy and sell. But here's the thing. There's a way to do this without having to, learn charts and figure out patterns and all that kind of stuff. But if you were going to do this, by yourself, this is what it takes. It takes mastering using trading platforms to place and buy orders, to buy and sell and all that kind of stuff. And it sounds kind of complicated, and it takes time, a lot of time. So here's the good news and the bad news. First, let's start with the bad news. If you're going to do this manually, it's going to take you literally forever to learn. And that's not what we're here to talk about today, right? And you have to be basically glued to the computer all day long to be able to master the stuff. And maybe a year later, you kind of become semi-good at it. The good news is that every single post that I just showed you is by people that are leveraging a special kind of software that automatically does this for you. This is why I'm so excited about this. So I actually took this thing for a test drive, and here's exactly what happened. So I showed you how people are already starting to make money. Now let me show you what happened with my own test, where I got a 41% return without literally lifting a finger. I took $10,000 and turned it into 14 in literally 31 days. So check this out. Here's the deposit, $10,000, and literally within the first day already got a 1% return. I ended up finished the day with $109.28. I was like shocked. I was like, what is going on here? Like, I didn't touch anything. I didn't do anything. The numbers were running on the screen, up and down and up and down and up and down. By the end of the first day, it was already up $109. I was like, this is incredible. That's 1% on my money on the same day. This is incredible. By the end of that first week, I was already up $470. That's almost $500 in a week, first week, without touching anything. I did not touch anything. And again, that was from just a $10,000 deposit. 31 days later, but by the end of the first month, I was already at $4,169.77 in profits. That's over 41% in a return in 1 month. Now, again, this is not a guarantee that you're going to start using this and it's going to give you 41. I'm not saying that. You could make more, you could make less, you could make nothing at all. There's no guarantees whatsoever. But based on what I have seen, this has produced more than any other option I've ever seen out there. And it gets even better. I actually started already hitting $1,000 days. Check this out. $1,096.76 from the same $10,000 deposit. And it's incredible. I don't touch anything. I don't do anything. This is just literally money, having babies, and now it's bigger, and that money now has more babies and more babies and more babies. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I got a 41% return. I did this without settling for the laughable 0.20% interest rate from the bank. I did this without having to deal with tenants or mortgages or any of that kind of stuff. I did this without buying stocks or bonds and stuff that I really know nothing about. And I did this without having to trust a financial advisor who's constantly trying to sell me stuff. And on top of that, that's a 41% return without lifting a finger, which is the most incredible part about all of this. So that's basically how it happened, by leveraging this software. Now, do you want to see this automated software that did all of this? Because here's the thing. I want you to type in, first of all, if you want to see it, type yes, I want to see it in the chat box. And while you do that, I just want to warn you, okay? By the time we're done with this, you're going to be so excited. You're going to be like these two right over here. You won't be able to sleep tonight because this is so exciting. So I see a bunch of people already typing in, yes, I want to see this. Yes. Okay, guys, let's dive into this. So check this out. The software is called the Asia Trader 6, okay? It's the secret software that literally anybody can use to start winning in the trading game without lifting a finger. It's absolutely genius. You literally push one button to just turn it on, and it perfectly times the trades that produce big, huge profits. Now, again, I'm not guaranteeing that every day is going to be exactly what you've seen on the screen. It could be more, could be less, could be nothing at all. Obviously, trading comes with its own risks and stuff. Now, here's what I'm talking about when I'm telling you that this thing is a machine, and you want to let the machine do the work. Because here's the thing: there's two of the biggest problems in forex trading. This machine, this robot, this software absolutely turns them into a massive advantage that you have over pretty much everybody in the forex market. And those two advantages are this. Number one is expert knowledge, because it makes the trades for you based on decades of experience by its creator. And on top of that, there's zero emotion, meaning that it's a robot. It doesn't have any emotion. When it needs to sell, it sells. When it needs to buy, it buys. It knows exactly when to get in and when to pull out. Really simple. That's the whole point about all this. So it's automated. Now, it also perfectly times the trades so to maximize and massively also reduce at the same time, and try to eliminate any downside at all. This is how I've been able to get a 41% return. So how does that make money? Let's talk about that. So first thing you do is you load a balance into your trading account. There's two different options. They're called Trader's Way or Hugo. And basically those are pretty big names in the industry. And what you do is you just basically turn it on. Now 24/7 on weekdays, meaning Monday to Friday, it basically trades whatever balance you have in the active markets based on the precise settings that are optimized to make profits for that day, for that week, and basically based on what settings are in the system. You sit back, you relax, and you literally let the machine do the work. I mean it, guys. Like, I did not touch anything ever since I got signed up. Nothing. I just literally turned it on. I got the guys at Asia Trader to basically configure my account, and my account manager did everything. And it gets even better, because it will automatically trade the full balance that you have in there. So that means that, let's say you start off with a $10,000 account like me, and let's just, for the sake of the example, let's say that at the end of the day it became 10,120. Tomorrow it's actually going to trade the full 10,120, which is really cool, because that's the magic of compounding. That's how you take a balance and start growing really fast. Check this out. Here's Mark that says, look, profits for the day and profits for the week. For in one day, $171.95, and by the end of the week, $1,351. Completely automated, no lifting any kind of fingers when it comes to this. Check out Desmond over here, $129.35 profits. On top of that, check out Michael. He's given you 3 days over here. Check out first day, 29. Next day, 42. Third day, $176.80. This thing is incredible. This is why I say there's absolutely no guarantees, because it could make a little bit, could make a lot, could make nothing. It's kind of all over the place, but the patterns that I've been seeing and everything that I've seen overall since I got started with it, it's been going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And I'm like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Exactly, because that's, in my opinion, the definition of completely passive income. Now, let's talk about, what are your options as far as if you were gonna, start using this yourself. So let's first compare this. So how much would it actually take you if you had somebody train you to do this? First thing you would have to do is probably watch 168 YouTube videos. It will cost you a lot of time and creates a lot of confusion when you watch that many videos, because you're trying to kind of get the knowledge yourself. You will also have to invest in all kinds of courses and advanced education. We're talking probably around $5,000. On top of that, you're probably going to have to attend some seminars, live workshops, and all that kind of stuff. That's probably another $5,000. And on top of that, you're going to have to be in the computer anywhere from 6 to 12 hours every single day to really, really, really get good at this stuff. And you got to learn how to read shapes and charts and candles and all this kind of stuff. And you're looking at a minimum of $10,000 to kind of get started, even if you're trying to get this done on your own. And at least a year, at least bare minimum of a year of total immersion style learning and application if you were trying to do this basically by yourself. Now let's look at what would it cost you if you had someone not train you to do it, but just help you do it. Well, you would probably have to subscribe to some kind of a signal newsletter where they send you signals on what you should invest in today. Well, it should be this currency or that currency or this one or that one, which probably costs as much as $5,700 a year. On top of that, you're going to still have to learn how to place the bids on the trading platform. And on top of that, you got to physically, go in, go out, sell, buy, and all that kind of stuff manually yourself. So you're going to have, also an emotional roller coaster where you see it going up, then you go see it going down. You're like, well, do I exit? Do I buy more? What do I do? And it's easier than learning how to do it yourself, but it's still not ideal because, again, it's you doing it, right? It's not someone else doing it on your behalf. Now let's look at what would it actually cost you to have the robot trader do it for you, like Asia Trader 6. So the software itself is a one-time investment, one-time purchase of $1,997, and it literally does everything for you. Now, you will need a place to host it on, like a virtual private server, which is somewhere around $7 to $9 per month. It's usually around 7 and a few cents per month, and that's where it lives, essentially. It's in the cloud. Now, also, the settings for the trading are updated kind of as needed by the account management team of the people who created this, and that's $50 a week. And I would gladly pay that because of what the kind of return that they were able to get from me. So here's what you're going to want to do. It makes sense to be able to start using this as soon as possible. So I want you to go ahead and sign up now. If you're interested to do that, here's what you're going to want to do. Go ahead and click the link that you see just below this video. Plus, while you do that, I'm going to start talking about what I want to include for you as far as bonuses. So again, guys, to sign up, all you got to do is click the link that's just below this webinar. There's going to be a button there or a link there or something like that for you to click, depending on where you're watching this. If it's on the replay or you're watching this live right now here with me. So let's talk about the welcome week bonuses, because what I'm going to do is I want to give you a package that, again, you will see this and you probably won't be able to sleep tonight, because if you make the commitment and get started before your welcome week expires, I'm going to hook you up with the following bonuses. Let's start with bonus number 1. First thing I want to do, I was so excited about this that I literally demanded to share this with you guys who are my tribe, but I wanted to give you guys a better deal than pretty much you would get anywhere else. So I demanded from the management team that I told them, listen, I'm going to hook up my people with this, but I want to get them a better deal than anybody else. So I want to have a free account manager for all my guys. They were like, we can't do this. It's not feasible for us, yada, yada, yada. I said, look, it has to happen, period. I'm going to be bringing in a bunch of people to this because this is exactly what my people like to see. So let's hook them up with a really cool bonus. So finally, we agreed that we're going to hook you up with a 60 days of account management completely for free. And this is something that I've negotiated with the folks who run, the trader. So what is an account manager? Well, this is an expert that actually sets up your account so it's optimized to produce maximum profits literally from moment number one, literally as soon as you turn it on. There is zero involvement by you. It's all 100% automated, and the account manager takes care of the settings, because the software does need to be updated with different settings and stuff. So that's why we need an account manager. Now, on top of that, your trading account, they're responsible to basically get your account trading as soon as possible. So you could be up and running literally as soon as 24 hours from now, and you want to be up and running as soon as possible. And to do that, you're going to have to click the link that's just below this video, just below this webinar, and go ahead and basically get signed up. Now, you don't touch anything. It's all done for you. You just literally give them the login access to your account, to where the software is installed, and they basically take care of everything else. Now, it's basically like, think of an account manager it's like your new best friend who also happens to be an expert at making huge amounts of money themselves. I mean, who wouldn't want a friend like that, right? So that's essentially what having an account manager is. You can ask them questions, they go into your account, they tweak it to perfection, because guess what? They're also using the software themselves. These are people who are actually using the software just like you, just like me, just like pretty much everyone that uses the software. So you want to forget about hiring a coach. There's a way better way to do this. This is a much better way to do this, and a much cheaper way to do this. I mean, I've been in coaching programs that cost me multiple thousands of dollars, and I didn't get nearly, obviously I got a lot of good information, but I had to pretty much do everything, myself. So with an account manager, it's way cheaper because it's only $50 a week. And they basically take care of all the heavy lifting for you when it comes to setting up the software and making sure that all the settings are tweaked to perfection. So an account manager basically also has a massive incentive to help you, because once you cross a $5,000 balance in your account, meaning that your account is now made or you deposited more than $5,000, everything after that, they share 20% of the profits that they make you. So they have a massive incentive to make you a lot of money, because they obviously also get a cut out of that. So that's bonus number one. Free account manager for 60 days. That's a $400 value. And if you're interested in getting started, all you're going to want to do is simply click the button that's just below this webinar window, webinar video that you're watching right now, and get started. Now let's talk about bonus number two. Bonus number two is a free install and free setup, all completely done for you. So again, you don't want to be messing around with anything, okay? Your trading software is basically installed in the cloud. You can access it anytime you want. All you need to do is basically get a cloud account, which is about $7 a month. It's $7 to $9 a month, depending on which one you want to get. $7 is plenty. Plenty of hosting that you need to have. So there's zero tech required on your part. All you do is literally you just log in and turn it on, and it's done. Basically, that's all you need to do. So that's the second bonus: free install, free setup, and you also, again, bonus number one, you get the free account manager for 60 days. Now let's talk about bonus number three. A lot of you right now are thinking, well, David, I don't have $10,000 to invest, as the balance. So how about you hook me up with a way to also make some money? And that is exactly what I'm about to do. Because what I want to do is I want to hook you up with a way to make unlimited $1,000 commissions by leveraging my entire webinar campaign for this software. I believe in this thing so much that I've actually created a whole webinar campaign around it, because that's actually the webinar that you're watching right now. The webinar that you're on right now. So I want to hook you up with a way that you can actually make commissions with this. So you leverage my webinar campaign to get $1,000 commissions for referring other people to also use the software. And I basically do the follow-up, I do the webinar, I even give them my bonuses, while you are the one that gets to keep all the commissions. Again, I do the work, you're the one that gets to keep the commissions. All you got to do, there's literally zero anything to set up on your end. I'll give you a link. You just blast that link with traffic, which I show you how. And any commissions that come in, they all go to you. So that's bonus number three. On top of getting your new best buddy online that helps you make money, which is your account manager, on top of not having to touch or even learning anything about the software at all. You literally get everything installed for you for free, and you have the ability to leverage my entire webinar campaign. Now, let's talk about bonus number four. Bonus number 4 is a $2,000 traffic course that will teach you free and paid methods, because let's face it, if you're going to promote my webinar campaign so you can start making $1,000 commissions, you're going to need to learn how to get traffic. And you want to learn how to do it the way super affiliates do it, like myself, people who have already proven to help others make a ton of commissions in the industry. So super affiliates, they get traffic differently than the average affiliate, and that's what actually makes them super affiliates. So inside the special course, you're going to discover exactly the insider secrets of how to get and leverage free and paid methods to generate massive commissions in pretty much any program you promote, not just this one, but pretty much anything you promote. And this is basically, this whole course, it's not like a formal thing. It's basically me and my buddies, my super affiliate buddies, people who make huge amounts of money every month. We got together and we just shared exactly what our traffic sources are, how do we convert the traffic, from just a visitor to a commission and all that kind of stuff. And you get to like a front row seat to see all of that in this course. Now, again, the main reason I'm giving this to you so you can leverage this traffic to make sales and then turn whatever money comes in and put that in the trader and let that kind of take its course and start making even more commissions through that, like through the trading itself. So again, you want to solve the traffic problem once and for all. Any program you ever choose to promote, not just this webinar, but any program you ever want to promote in the future as an affiliate, this will help you get traffic for that. It's a no-hold-barred style training. Everything is revealed, including exact traffic sources and how to convert the traffic into big commissions. It's yours absolutely for free. This is a $2,000 course that you get from me as a gift to you, as a bonus to you, when you sign up by clicking the button that's just below this webinar. So go ahead, click the button below. You definitely want to do this before I close out this campaign, and you want to make sure to get in if you want to get this bonus, plus all the other bonuses, which is a completely free account manager for 60 days. So 60 days they're in there making you money and you're not paying them anything. On top of that, there is the free install, free setup. You don't have to touch anything, zero tech kind of a sign up. On top of that, you get my entire webinar campaign to leverage and make you $1,000 commissions every time someone signs up. And on top of that, you also get the traffic course, which will teach you pretty much what the big dogs in the market are doing to get all the big commissions that you see. If you ever seen anybody make really big commissions, they're probably using the stuff that I show you in this course and my buddies show you in this course. Now, let's talk about bonus number 5. And this one is a really, really special one, okay? Bonus number 5 is the leaders group. And what is the leaders group? You're probably wondering. So the leaders group, what it is you get access to my private community where it's much easier. The reason I created this community is because it's much easier to create a successful online business and online, presence and online, digital kind of lifestyle when you surround yourself with people who encourage you, motivate you, and are on the same mission as you. So I've created this leaders group for people to kind of gather together and do exactly that. And I want to extend a special invitation to you. This is a private group, okay? For you to join my personal inner circle, which is this leaders group, where you get to enter a place where everyone is moving towards the same goal, which is financial freedom and obviously time freedom. So what's going on in this group? Let me show you and really clarify what is it that you're getting access to. So check this out. We do exclusive leader trainings, and here's one that a leader hopped on. His name is Sam, and he broke down exactly what he's doing to generate, exactly how he did $40,800 in 90 days, like step by step. What system he used, which was one of my marketing systems. He still uses it even till today. And a lot of people actually use it till today because that's what I do. I build systems so other people can use them. I use them myself and that kind of stuff. And he showed exactly his traffic sources, his conversion method, everything. And guess what? Here's a member that attended this webinar, which was recorded and is inside the leaders group. And he started implementing this stuff. He started using the same traffic sources and boom, here's a $1,000 commission. Now, on top of that, these are not the only things that we do. Here's two actually. Here's one member who's done $74,000 in profits in 30 days, and he shared exactly what he did. And the next month after that, he did over $100,000 in profits And he basically shared exactly what he was doing, exactly the traffic source, the system he's using, and everything. Everything. And you get access to this stuff inside the leaders group. Here's another member, Jennifer. As soon as she joined, within 2 months, this is actually outdated, she did $146,000. This was 120 before the 2 months was over. In the 2 months, she ended up doing $146,000. And she's basically sharing exactly how she did it inside the leaders group. This is a leader exclusive. This is not broadcasted to the public. You cannot get a trial offer to this or anything. This is a private group that you can only get access to, for free actually by signing up to this. So check this out. Leaders group. You basically get to join my private inner circle group where you can mingle with other leaders and connect with others who are on the same exact mission as you. You get to ask questions, you get to get answers, you get to connect, so you never, ever have to do this alone. Now, on top of that, this is also where I release brand new software, brand new programs, brand new funnels. All the stuff that I do goes to the leaders first. Leaders first. So you basically get a front row seat to all the cool stuff that I do before the entire public does. You get like a front row seat to see all the action. You get my newest and latest, stuff before pretty much anyone else sees it. Some of the stuff actually doesn't even go public. Like I just keep it in the leaders group, like some of those trainings. So here are your bonuses. Okay, bonus number 1, completely free account manager for 60 days. They help you make money. You get to ask them some questions. It's your new best buddy online that knows how to make a ton of money, and he's basically responsible for helping you do the same. You get free install, free setup. That's $400 in value. You get my entire webinar campaign to leverage as your own and keep $1,000 commissions every time I help you get a sale. All you got to do is just push traffic to the link that I'm going to give you. Any sales that come in, that's $1,000 to you. On top of that, bonus number 4, a $2,000 traffic course that actually sells for $2,000 today. You get that absolutely for free, and you also get access to my leaders group for free, where you get to see people making as much as $100,000 a month, breaking down step by step exactly what they do, exactly how they do it. You get to ask questions, you get to mingle with other people. It's the coolest place ever online. I don't spend much time on Facebook, but when I am on Facebook, I'm usually hanging out in that group. So here's what you're going to want to do. Go ahead, click the button below, go ahead and sign up, because you're going to be able to get all these different bonuses. If you add everything together, that's $5,000 value for the software itself. In my opinion, it's worth way more than that. And on top of that, you get all of these different bonuses, and you're going to be able to do that by clicking the button that you see just below this webinar and going ahead and signing up. So with that being said, I see that a bunch of people already signed up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see some couple of questions coming in, but guys, I am actually what we're gonna do is this. I am not the expert on the software. Okay, I don't know exactly what are the mechanics behind it. All I know is I started using it and it started working. So I could probably answer the non-technical stuff for you. But if it's anything to do with all the mechanics behind it, I'm not interested myself to learn how that works. All I know is I plugged into it and it started making me money. So let me kind of scan through the questions. Let me take a couple of questions and answer a few. And then if it's anything that I can answer for you. And then, I see. Okay, Rick says he just signed up. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so somebody's asking, how do we get the bonuses? Okay, so let me break that down for you. So the first bonus, this comes when you sign up at the link at the button below. So all you're going to want to do is just click the link below, click the button below, create your account. You're going to get to a page that shows you all the different bonuses. And at the bottom of it, there's going to be a form also to submit. So you basically enter your details there, click submit, and then once I verify that your order went through, the creator of the system of this software will let me know, and obviously they'll hook you up with the account manager. They'll hook you up with the free install and free setup. All you got to do is provide them with the credentials to log in. And this bonus here, you're gonna have to give us about maybe 24 hours, 48 hours from the time that you signed up to actually get this hooked up for you. Like within 24 hours, you should have a link. And this one, you get it pretty much also at the same time that you get the webinar campaign. And the leaders group, you can access literally as soon as, you know, you submit the bonus claim. We just need to verify that you order and you're basically good to go. So I would say within 24 hours, everything is going to be within your account. 48 hours maximum. Okay, let's see what other questions we have. Okay, somebody's saying, what happens after the 60 days account manager? So after the 60 days, it's $50 a week. And in my opinion, it's worth every penny. It's $50 a week. And once your balance goes over $5,000, so let's say you have, I don't know, let's say you started, you put in $4,000 in the account, the trading account, and they help you grow that to 5,000. As soon as you hit that 1,000 that you made as an example, that you get to keep, you know, obviously for yourself, but anything beyond the 5,000 balance that you have, whatever profits you make, they get 20%. So let's say they help you get $200 today, 20%, whatever that is, that's $40, that goes to them, and you get to keep 160. That's how that works. And it's $50 per week, $200 a month. Okay, let's see, next question. Somebody says, I'm all in. Cool, man, appreciate it. Let's see, what else we got? How does it know when to buy and when to sell? Well, that's what the account manager is for, right? So the person who created the software, they're like an expert trader. They've been doing it for years before they started using created the software. He's been doing it successfully for several years. So what he decided to do is like, well, I kind of do the same thing every day. So instead of me having to manually sit here and do this stuff, let me input the patterns that I look for in a software. And he created the software that basically identifies the patterns, and now it knows what to do. So for the most part, the software has, you know, all the patterns from what I understand, but there's still some settings that need to be updated, you know, periodically. And that's what the account manager is for. That's why, you know, you want to have them in there. So yeah, let me see. Any other questions, guys? How much do you charge for the webinar campaign? The webinar campaign is free. The webinar campaign is absolutely free. You get that, and you get to leverage that, and you get to use that to make as many $1,000 commissions as you want. Because guys, listen, I mean, there's a lot of people that you can help by connecting them with the software. A lot of people. I remember there was like sleepless nights where I was thinking, man, you know, it's cool to be able to make money from the business, but I need something that will help me grow my income passively, right? And that's where this came in. That's why I was so excited when I found this. When I tested it out, I was like, man, this is incredible. And now I'm actually going to, you know, be adding more and more funds in there to, you know, I'm literally, I just started using this. Like it's just a little over a month. So I'm telling you guys about this now. So, you know, I'm not showing you after a year of using this and hoarding this for myself, where you're like, well, David, why didn't you tell us about this earlier? So get in now. You can get in by clicking the button just below this video, just below this webinar that you see. And it will take you to the page where you'll see all the different bonuses. And from there, you can get signed up. After you sign up, you want to make sure to submit the bonus claim. And I will compare that with the list of people who signed up, which I'll probably have by tomorrow. And everybody that signed up will be able to get the bonuses. Let's see, guys, any other questions? Somebody says, my debit card can only be charged for 1,000 at a time. Okay, so what I would recommend is, I don't know, maybe use a different debit card, you know, like maybe... I don't know, man. You got to figure that out. You know, I can't really tell you. What you could do, I guess one thing you could do is you could like overpay your balance on it, or call your bank and tell them, look, you know, I'm trying to buy this thing and it's, you know, 2K and I need an exception or something. So yeah, try to do that. Let's see. Any other questions? Questions. What happens when there's an update to the system? So So somebody's basically asking like, what happens if there's a new version? So there's just the one software. I actually talked to the creator about this, and I asked him, and he said that because I was curious when I saw Trader 6, I was like, what happened to version 5 and 4? He's like, no. 6 is like when I created this, like my daughter was 6, so I just put 6 in there. I was like, oh, that's cool. So there's no version 7 or anything. It's just the same software that, just change the settings, and that's again what the account managers take care of. So don't worry, man, you're covered. You're 100% covered, and yeah, you're good. Okay, let's see. Somebody's asking, how does this relate to Profits Passport? This is not related to Profits Passport. This is something totally different. This is basically if you got any money you want to like grow and you want to do it completely passively, this is how you do it. Profits Passport is something completely different. It's a funnel. You basically send traffic to it. It helps you make multiple commissions from multiple income streams. So that's a whole other beast. But this is something totally different. This is for if you want like retirement money, like where you 0-hour work days. You lift no finger, you don't touch anything. It just works basically. This is what this is. This is what I'm telling you guys. I'm so excited about this. You gotta go and basically get signed up because I've never seen anything like this. I've never ever seen a 41% return on anything that I've ever done this passively. Like where you touch nothing and it just comes back. So yeah. Okay, so I'm starting to see some duplicate questions, which I've already answered. Okay, let's see. Somebody says it's a no-brainer. I signed up. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, so I see a bunch of questions I already answered. So here's what I want to do. I want to recap again. Guys, when you jump in right now and you get the trading bot, which you can get just below this webinar, click the button below. You're going to get access to all of these bonuses. Bonus number 1, you're going to get access to a free account manager for 60 days. They're the person who is actually already trading. People who are already making money with this. And they're basically there to help your account, make sure your account is set to the same exact stuff that they're using to make money today, right now. Bonus number 2, you get a free install and free setup, meaning you don't need to touch anything. You just need to give them your credentials to the cloud, and they basically take care of everything else. So free setup, free install. On top of that, you also get my entire webinar campaign to leverage as your own. So any $1,000 commission that comes in, that goes directly to you. I don't touch it or any of that stuff. That I do all the selling, I do the follow-up, I send the emails on your behalf. All of that, you basically get to pocket those $1,000 commissions from any sale that comes in from your traffic. On top of that, I hook you up with my $2,000 traffic course, which is me and my buddies who got together. We basically talked shop for several hours, and you get to see the free and paid methods that we use every single day today that help me generate colossal 6-figure and multiple 6-figure months, and for them too. And the last bonus you get is the Leaders Group. The Leaders Group is, in my opinion, it's the most exciting place you could ever spend any time online ever. If you sit in front of the computer and you want to spend time in a cool place, the Leaders Group is where it's at, because those are people that make money and they share how to make money, and they show you, like example, Jeff shared step by step how he's doing over 100K a month. 100K a month. And believe it or not, he's using a mix of like free and paid traffic, but a lot of it is free traffic. I was like, man, this is incredible. So he shows you the exact system he uses, which is one of my systems. He shows you all of that stuff. It's just the coolest thing ever. And everything, if you add everything up, that's a total value of $11,400. And thank you for everyone that already jumped in. I know that you guys will love this stuff. So go ahead, click the button below, go ahead, get signed up, and I will see you guys in the next live session in the Leaders Group, in the next live training and stuff. And also there's access you're gonna get to the trading bot group, and I hang out there too. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up now. And thank you for everyone that jumped in. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave this open for the next couple of days, and then I'm gonna lock it up and close all the bonuses. And basically, if you didn't get in, then tough. But if you got in, you're gonna be able to get all of these bonuses. Total value of over $11,000 if you include the trader itself. And you're gonna be able to get that when you click the button just below this video and get signed up today. Do it as quickly as you can, because literally every day that goes by, that's the day that your money is not having babies. So you want your money to have a lot of babies, okay? A lot of babies. Babies are good, especially babies that your money is having by not even bothering you for it. You just let it do its thing, kind of thing. So that's it. I'll see you guys inside the groups. We'll talk soon. Thanks everyone, and bye for now.